All right, Prop the Mic, PTM. We got Tim and Tom coming to you live on the big sports equinox, where we've got all the major sports in action tonight. We're coming off a nice little NFL Sunday. I didn't track everyone's picks from the podcast, but my picks from Friday's podcast went 8-3, so I was real happy about that. We
Yeah,
also had some nice wins in the Discord. I don't know if you saw our boy Energized Knight hit a plus 1,500 19 leg parlay from plays that we across the Discord that he
that's awesome.
assembled. So that was exciting to see. Um, Real quick before we get started, you all know Props.cash has been the longtime sponsor of Prop the Mic. And we 100% could not do what we do without the tools they provide. And we wanted all of our viewers to see for themselves the power of Props.cash. So for a limited time only, we've teamed up with Props.cash to offer PTM listeners an exclusive 50% off discount on their first month of Props.cash. So get in while you can. Check out the tools. It's a great opportunity. Use code PTM50 to get 50% off your first month. Again, PTM50 for 50% off your first month of Props.cash. Exclusive offer here on the PTM podcast. And just a quick shout out to the PTM VIP Discord. We are running a Sports Equinox promo today. So you can sign up using the code NOX. That's short for Equinox. We wanted to keep it nice and simple for everyone. NOX for 40% off your first month of the Prop the Mic VIP Discord. What's up, Tim? How you feeling about the Sports Equinox today?
I'm excited. I felt a little slighted that they don't include soccer, which is the
We're
best sport
including
on
soccer
earth.
here, all right?
We are absolutely including soccer, but they have ice soccer on there. Hockey's been really good. We had to play last night, but man, Saquon, we talked on the last show. Brock Purdy crushed it, longest rush. He was rushing all over the place. Saquon's receptions is the one that's sick with me because we joked about being a Giants fan, which I have to watch them tonight. Um, when
Sorry.
he scores or when he cashes for us. So he caught a second reception. I wasn't able to watch the game, but he caught a second reception, and for 2 quarters he would cashed, and then somehow he lost that reception. And then Jalen Hurts went for 3 rushing touchdowns and snaked us on our score. So that was like the little bit of downside. But other than that, I think that everything was really good yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was a pretty good day
It just
overall.
left
So
that sour feeling because as a Giants fan, I had to not have Saquon and also not cash.
yeah, I
But
know
Brock
Dave.
really helped.
Yeah, I know Dave was a little bit hurt. They Kareem Hunt had cleared that little builder, and then on the last play, he got a negative 1 yard and went under, so that didn't
No,
cash.
I didn't
So
know that. Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
tough.
he needed 60, I think. He ended with 59 because he had -1 on that last play. So
Damn, I
Dave's a
didn't
little
know that.
heartbroken. I think that's why he's not joining us today. He's still mourning over
It's
Kareem
okay.
Hunt. So
I
it's
understand.
yeah, it happens.
We had
Um,
a little bit of that yesterday. The tight ends went insane, which was so fun. I saw some crazy tight end just
well,
take everybody to
how
score.
could they not on National Tight End Day, right?
Exactly. I'm a little disappointed in myself for not putting together one of those big donkey plays where
Yeah,
they all hit. But we did smack George Kittle. There was no world in which George Kittle didn't score last night. So that really brought
15 different tight ends. I think I saw right
yeah.
had a touchdown yesterday. So
I saw somebody bet $10 and won about 185 or 186 grand off of it. So I feel
wow,
good for them.
yeah,
But yeah, we got some stuff. I don't think there's only one football game. There's a couple soccer games, not to throw that back in. There's a pretty solid slate of NHL. And then NBA seems to have a few games today as well.
just a few, yeah. So
Do you want to start
let's.
with the Giants? I'm just
That's
kidding.
up to you. You're the Giants fan here, so
I
you're the
have some
one.
stuff.
All
Let's
right,
talk about it. Let's talk about the Giants.
let me pull up the screen here, and we can talk about your Giants. All right, let's get rid of that. Here we go. All right, we got NBA up there. Let's switch over to NFL. This was not a game I was super excited about. We can intro it here real quick. Let me pull up the latest line. Let's see here. This is what happens when Dave doesn't show up.
Yeah, we don't have all the technical
Yeah.
expertise. So here's the thing:
Yeah.
when I was researching
Go
this
ahead.
game a
Go
little
ahead.
bit, as not a fan,
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh allows 14.5 points per game, which is the second fewest.
Mm-hmm.
And then they score, which is weird because Justin Fields was in the top 10 fantasy quarterbacks and producing big numbers, but then they pulled him. So to watch, for example, Pat Fryermuth go from targeted like crazy to ignored, I'm curious how that changes. They obviously had a heavy offense last week, and the Giants are not good. So much like that Jets um, New England over that I gave out on the last show that hit, even though they missed like 3 field goals, 2 extra points, bunch of stop goal lines. I think at 36 or 35.5, what we're getting here is I think it's a little bit sneaky. I would, if you're scared of it, I'd alt it and work with some other stuff. But I think I'm
Okay.
going to use the total in this game a little bit tonight because if anything, Russ and Pittsburgh will score at home against the Giants. But my favorite players are the Giants receivers. Wan'Dale Robinson, if you want to go to receptions.
Yeah.
I just think it's bad that you have to be worried about will Daniel Jones be able to finish the game since they pulled him last game and we got to see a quarter of Drew Lock. But I don't think it matters who's in. Wan'Dale Robinson at 4.5. I'm using his 3 or 4 plus. His 3 plus is 700, but his 4 plus is like minus 260 or 250 or something like that last time I looked. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's a leg that I absolutely love. Despite being one of the stingiest as far as points, they're 5th worst, I think, or 4th worst in yards allowed. So they let you, they bend, but they don't break, it seems. So I really like him. And then I want to be talked out of this. So I want
Okay.
you to help me with it.
Okay.
Darius Slayton, 2 receptions. He was pretty much a 2 reception monster. And then he had this little bit of like that Cleveland game. We could forget about it. But then Pittsburgh or Philly last week, I think Daniel Jones completed 1 pass. So it
Mm.
seems like an outlier. But his 2 receptions leg is 200 or sub 200. So, I mean, even if you just did like a 2 and a 4, I'm pretty sure you get to a playable. Let me see if I can find it real quick. You get to a playable amount. And then I mentioned Patty Fryermuth, so working him in there too. But these are the 2 real target, I guess not target monsters. One day will be a target monster. I think Darius Slayton just kind of being old reliable is what I'm looking at.
And we're okay. I'm over here trying to find Neighbors to see what Slayton's done with Neighbors.
Yeah,
So
take it.
definitely down those 2 weeks that he had the 11 receptions, right? Those were the
Yeah. I wouldn't look at him for anything more than 2. I think he's more of
yeah.
a outlet. I mean, his receiving yards are 27.5. He's going to take 2 to get there.
Yeah.
He was a deep threat, but with Neighbors back out, I'm hoping that actually takes some attention off of him and allows him
Okay.
to get his 2. I don't super love it, but if I was going to look at anything for the Giants, those are the 2. And then obviously what we're talking about with Patty Fryermuth, 2 receptions from him feels like
Well, that's
when you
very. I mean,
see.
every game this season, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, he got ignored a little bit last week compared to normal, and his snap
not a
count was
ton
down.
of
But I thought
targets though. I mean, he's gotten 2 receptions, but
mhm.
three targets each of the last 3 weeks. So not a lot of
I like him for,
opportunities there, but
they're those. That's the thing is they're not big plays. They're like the kind of dump out safety valve. So I wouldn't really touch his yards. I would just go
yeah.
for getting dumped off to twice. And when healthy, the Giants defensive line has shown some pressure. And Russ is mobile. Patty's big, so I see some like 4 and 5 yard, basically slants from the running back style reception, not down the field.
All right. So we like Frymouth 2. We like
Mm-hmm.
Slayton 2 and Robinson 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Let's go. So if we go 4 from Wan'Dale,
This guy's a beast. Look at him. You don't
I
even need to go
know.
there. You just go to 5.
I like having some, so I
I
don't
know.
end up like Dave this morning. And see, like the difference between Slayton is 1450 minus 1450 for 1 reception or 250 for 2. So if you go 224, Wan'Dale, Patty, and Darius, you get plus 136. They have that boost, so you can end up with 177. So I mean, you could even drop Wandale to 3. Um, he's not the one that I'm as concerned about, but you could drop him to 3 if you're really looking for an easy cash, and then you end up with plus 103. So 223, and you're still at plus 103. I absolutely love that. Actually, I'm talking myself into it as I
And nothing on Neighbors.
as
I
a
know
fan.
Dave was on his four receptions.
I mean, it
He's
feels
done it every
right.
game.
It does feel right. I think I kind of feel like as a fan, if I bet on him, I left him on my bench in fantasy because I didn't want to, negatively affect
Hmm.
what was happening this week. So I'm hoping he sees a big target game. I just the injury concern, the over double team, just all that stuff. If I can leave him off and just get these lower numbers, I'm happy with it. I do see the case for 4 receptions though.
So
Um,
Dave, I don't know if you saw it, Dave posted just a little while ago in the Discord. He did a little 1, 2, 3, 4 reception builder for Monday Night
okay.
Football. And if you had a chance to see that yet, it was Jaylen Warren, 1 reception. We'll take a quick look. 1 reception every game this season. So that's nice. Then he had next leg was Fryermuth 2, who you spoke about already.
Oh, okay.
Also 100% hit rate. Next was Pickens, 3 receptions. One
do like
outlier
Pickens
there,
too.
that game against Denver. Otherwise,
Mhm.
perfect hit rate. And then Neighbors, 4 receptions, which was 100% hit rate. So 300% hit rates, and then one only missed by 1. So those were looking pretty good as well. So just wanted to call that out.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, a lot of receptions here at PTM today for Monday Night Football. So I think that does it. This game, I'm not too. I know you're a Giants fan, but I don't know. There's going to be other stuff on
Not
the TV tonight than this
yeah.
game. I think, right?
Yeah, McDavid, old Connor McJesus, and Dreidel are playing the Blue Jackets tonight, and so the Edmonton Oilers, they're coming to town. So I think I may end up sitting in a hockey stadium during during
All right.
during the football game. So I think I'd rather be in a barn tonight than watching the Giants get destroyed in Pittsburgh. So we'll see what happens. But that's all I
So,
like. I
so
think
no, so
I
no
think there's a lot of
Yankees
receptions.
No Yankees Dodgers for you. That's not
No,
going
I
to
don't
keep you
care.
home. No.
Baseball's just the worst. The worst. We do have we're putting together like a 5 sport because that's how many sports are happening tonight. Discord, everybody's kind of giving their expertise. So that'll be in there before I don't know what the first game starts, but it'll be there before that. We have NBA,
Yeah,
NHL, soccer,
that'll be a fun one.
and get some NFL in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for this game for me. I mean, there's a couple spots where I mean, like that Wandale, Fryermuth, Slayton, you can get 7 total receptions throughout the game, and you got plus money. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And then the total too, you could take the total down to match one of those reception lines that you don't like, aka Darius Slayton, and get the
Hmm.
same thing. So that might be worth looking into. Maybe I'll put that in the Discord and see what we can't find because I think there's going to be some scoring. I just think it'll be ugly, and the Giants will end up with fewer points, unfortunately, than
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. All right. I think that's enough of this game. The lowest, by far the lowest point total of the week. There wasn't a single game yesterday below 40. We spoke about that on Friday. Now we got 36. Let's just move on. What do you want to get to? Little footy, little NHL. I got a few NBA picks. What do we want to hit up next? What are we feeling?
You know what? We never get to go straight into hockey and soccer
go.
first.
Let's
But
go.
while we have it, let's do it. Can you pull up? I want you to pull up NHL on Props.cash, which is obviously an incredible tool. But the trends in the head-to-head in NHL. So just get all the games that you got, and then go to points instead of shots on goal.
Okay.
Okay, and then click that projected line for me. See the like Kyle Connor's on an insane streak right now. But here's the guys right here. No, go the other way.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have Connor McDavid. Sorry, one more time back the other way. We were
There we go.
we were off. So Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, Nikita Kucherov. These are 4 LeBrons of their team, and they are just workhorses. The reason they're red is because their line is 1.5. If you take them all to record a point tonight, you get it about
Okay.
even money, depending where you get it. Hard Rock, you get plus money. These are all the players that the puck goes through. McDavid and Draisaitl, same team. They are the quarterbacks of hockey, and same with McKinnon and Kucherov. Like when they score, these guys are involved at a very high clip, and all 3 games of their opponents, the Columbus Blue Jackets, unfortunately, give up 3.5 or more goals per. So they have the opportunities. You know what I mean? Both of them can record a point on a single goal. And so we're looking at 3.5 chances, 4 chances to get that done. So I'm taking all of them for a point. That's my favorite thing tonight.
I like that.
Or just the studs. And then on the Discord, I'll get a little deeper into some of these guys, because if you look at the 24 to 25, right next to the streak,
Yeah.
there's some on the right-hand side. If you click on that, you'll see Kyle Connor's played every game this season and has registered at least 1 point up at the top for Winnipeg. His head-to-head tonight isn't great, but they're still giving up over 3 goals per game. So, I mean, that's another leg. It's
Wow.
minus 200, but the man
This dude's crushing it.
Yeah, Kyle Connor's a stud. And then William Karlsson's back from injury, so he's 100%, but he's only played 1 game, but he got it done. So at even money, him to score a point tonight is pretty good. And then you got Mark Stone also out of Vegas, who has been on a pretty solid tear at a 90% clip this season. Just had 1.
Wow. Look at all these 3-point games.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mark Stone goes hard. This is not hasn't always been like this, but the dude's a stud and he's absolutely performing right now. Only thing is Calgary giving up 3 or fewer per game. They're a little bit tougher.
Tough defensively.
Yeah. They give up a ton of penalty minutes though, and when you get the players that are on the power play, like your McJesus and your Draisaitl's, they get even more shot attempts. That's when you score. So if you can find a team that gives up 11 or 12 penalty minutes per game, that's a good chance for your guys to get points. So I'll get into it more in depth on the thing, but that 4-player absolute stud, same thing we did yesterday with 4 other guys that were just workhorses. You know, it's like that's like kind of the one reception out of Wandale Robinson. They're juicy, but they're juicy for a reason.
Gotcha. All right.
So Connor and Draisaitl will be in that equal.
Why are these guys not showing up here?
Which ones?
The ones we were just talking about. Those first 4. What am I?
I'm not sure. Click the projected one. Oh, you're just in the.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Those 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Yeah, don't let that red confuse you. That's the 1.5. I mean, there is a world where. You just unplugged my thing, dude.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Damn it. Did you plug it back in?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It sounds like we're the input changed somehow.
Yeah, my deck got unplugged. Is it still coming out of here?
I don't think so, but I can hear you. I can hear you fine. I think we're good.
Cool.
We're good.
Cool. Well, yeah. So those are the 4. That's 4 for tonight.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Next sport. We're just covering
amazing.
all the bases today. We're talking about some footy or no?
Yeah, absolutely. That's asshole unplugged all my stuff. There are 2 playoff games tonight. It's very straightforward. We could get crazy with some to score assists, but much like Dave, I am feeling it. Yesterday I had 2 guys. We had 2 plus 2,800 picks. There was 4 players to score assist. Karel Swiderski and Kai Havertz were the 2 that let us down. And we were very, very close to some nukes. So I'm not going to go with the score assist, even though in the MLS playoff game with Cincy versus New York, Acosta would be a very good pick there. I'm just going to look at the over 1.5 goals and add them into any play. So taking New York City and Cincy over 1.5 goals tonight would be a leg, much like the Wandale Robinson. I just stick it in wherever it fits. The Seattle and Houston game later should be a 1.5. I don't love it as much. That means they'll probably go over like crazy. But the Cincy New York game, they've only gone 1 or fewer. They've never had a 0-0, and they went 1-0 like back in 2022 or something like that. At like 15 head-to-head, they've gone 2 or greater goals every time. And it's the playoffs, which means they push. And if somebody scores, they have to equalize. There's no sitting back. So the like 3 of the opening games were like 5 goals, like 5-0 for MLS. Where normally it's about 3. So I love that tonight. And then again, Acosta, if you want to party, Acosta to score assist for Cincy. He's gone like basically every game this season. He scores or assists. So that's a pretty safe leg to throw in.
What odds do you get on that?
Let me check. It's a lot better than the 1.5, but the probability of the 1.5 is a lot higher. Probably like minus 120, but I'll double check right now. It would be probably good enough for a straight. Let's see. 145. It's 145 on here, so you might be able to get it somewhere else. But I mean, that's probably good enough for a straight bet at 140 minus 145 if you really wanted to, just have a single leg and not a builder.
Yeah.
I'll probably be on that tonight, to be honest. Like I'm just talking myself into plays as we go.
I like the New York, Cincinnati, 2 places I've called home before. So
there you go.
That's fun. There you go. All right, move over to NBA. Talk a little NBA.
Yeah, hit me with some NBA.
All right, it's
Does
still.
Mason play tonight?
I don't know. There's so many games tonight. No, I don't think the Clippers. Oh no, he's on Phoenix now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess they are.
They traded my guy.
Is that tonight or tomorrow? I can't tell. It was not a game I had any plays on. So, oh yeah, they're playing that Lakers, Suns.
Double for him, obviously.
Yeah. We're still collecting data, so we're still treading lightly. It's one of the things I like to do at this time of year. My partner Dave doesn't feel as much this way, but I like to find some other angles to look in because we don't have a big enough sample size to really look at the DVP matchups like we really like to dig into. But I think by the end of this week, we'll start to have something that we can work with. I love looking at days rest, especially early on. Like I love looking at players on back-to-back. There's just something about playing 2 days in a row. Certain guys just don't perform, and certain guys like they're fresh. They just played the day before, and they come out ready to ball in those back-to-back games. I got a couple I wanted to point out real quick. Pascal Siakam. PRA. I mean, you can see even the points are nice there, but you have these are playoff games, so
yeah,
you don't want to look too much in those. But if we look at him on a back-to-back, here's back-to-backs right here. This PRA. Let's shift this over here. 26 of his last 30 games, he's cleared 29.5 PRA. So now we're taking playoff games out of here. These are just regular season games, averaging 37.6 PRA. And now you say Orlando's kind of tough defensively, right? That's who they're playing tonight, the Magic. Look at the Magic here. Oh, wow. That's just on back-to-backs. But if we just look at the Magic in general, 7 of his last 8 games against the Magic, getting 30+ points, rebounds, and assists. So I think this is a nice spot for Siakam. He got there in game 1 of the season. That Knicks game was a blowout. I don't think this game against the Magic will be a blowout, and then just narrowly missed it against Philly. So I like that spot for Siakam. Another one from this game. Gonna go out on a limb a little bit here. I know Dave was not loving this when we chatted earlier today because Haliburton's assists are down big time, but not for lack of trying. 12 and 10 potential assists in those first 2 games, only 6 in the game against Philly, but 4 and 5 assists. Like that's not typically Haliburton. And then you see he didn't score at all in that blowout. The Knicks blew them out big time, but 22 against Philly. So maybe, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe this is too much of a risk, but if we look here, he's also had tremendous success against Orlando. We're going to look at his PRA right there. 8 of his last 9 games against the Orlando Magic. He's cleared this line in. And that even includes The one game he didn't was last season, but at the beginning of last season. But then a few times after that, and he was not good at this point of the season last year. But he was able to perform well against Orlando for some reason. 18 of his last 20 when he's played 27 plus minutes, and 23 of his last 30 overall. So I like Halliburton 27 over 27.5 PRA as well. If I had to pick one, I think I like Siakam better, just given the Halliburton still seems like something's a little bit off with his game. So that would be my pick from that game.
Do you have any other PRAs tonight that you like? I was looking at alts, and you can get his alt PRA, like his what is it, 25 plus for minus 300. So if we had another one, you might be able to get a nice little insurance policy.
Interesting. Do I have another one?
You have to force it, but
yeah. I mean, I had Sabonis PA. We can get to that one in a minute. Here, let's see what we come up with. Let's head over to the next game here. Looking at Dyson Daniels, new guy over in Atlanta, playing some big minutes. Look at that, 35, 34. I played 24 in this second game here against Charlotte, but I like his assists. So I like the minutes he's been playing. I mean, 35. I mean, this is a guy who back when he was with New Orleans was not playing monster minutes like that. His 3.5 assists. Look what he's done when he's been on back-to-backs. Let's go here. He's been on back-to-backs, and he's played 24 minutes. He's played 24 minutes in every game this season, right? And he's played 34 in 2 of those games. 6 straight games, clearing 4 assists. So I like that. I like that for him here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that's nice. And then
have you been watching a lot of basketball recently?
Yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah.
How's the feel so far? I haven't watched really anything. I'm just curious how. I gotta give it a little bit, like you're talking about, to get the data. Does it feel weird yet? I know I saw a lot of freak out about Joel Embiid not playing or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a little weird, to start the season. But
was anything else showing up that we weren't expecting or anything like that? Nothing of note. I was just curious if anything crazy that I've been missing.
Yeah, no, not that I can think of. Let's see. What else do we have here? Milwaukee and Boston. Milwaukee's on a back-to-back. They just got beat last night, big time, by the lowly Brooklyn Nets. So they might be 115 to 102 against Brooklyn last night, who's probably going to finish with like one of the worst records in the league by the end of the season. So they should be a little hot after that one. Guy I always.
Did they just go all in on everybody and it didn't work, or why are they going to finish with the worst?
Who, the Nets?
Yeah,
they just have no. I mean, they got Cam Thomas, who the guy just takes the ball gets in his hands, he's looking to shoot and gets annoyed if other people are taking shots, and they just don't have a lot of talent on the team. They got Ben Simmons, Mikal Bridges is gone now, so they're building for the future, and this is kind of be a lost season for them. So a guy I like to target, if they're had a bad loss last night, Milwaukee, Bobby Portis. So let's look at Bobby Portis on back-to-backs. See, very consistent numbers there. When let's start and see what he's done this season so far.
Did he have 30 last night? Is that what that is?
Hang on one second. So you can see in minutes very consistent, 26, 28, 27. So very consistent minutes. So if we slide his minutes up to no, he had 30 Sorry, 16 against Brooklyn last night. I guess that was yeah, he did have a double-double. If we slide his minutes up to 25, which he's done in every game this season, look at him on back-to-backs. Start to see 10 points is a very nice spot for him. 19 of 22 games on a back-to-back when he's played at least 25 minutes. We should see, Chris Middleton's out, so he's one of the guys that's a beneficiary of some extra minutes with Chris Middleton out. And then his rebounds, same deal on back-to-backs when he's played 25-plus minutes. Slide those minutes up. 21 of 22 games, getting to 7 rebounds. So I like a 10-7, 10 points, 7 rebound, all builder on Bobby Portis in this game against the Celtics. Nice high hit rates there. And then real quick, I made fun of Dave the other day for wanting to play Taurean Prince. But another guy who's been a big beneficiary of Chris Middleton being out. You could see his minutes so far this season, 30, 30, 34. So if we look at him, look at his points when he's played just 28 plus minutes. Look at that. 28 minutes. 26 of his last 30 games on a back-to-back. No, this isn't even on a back-to-back. This is just games when he's played 28 plus minutes. 26 of his last 30 games. The 8.5 is nice because that means he takes a lot of threes. So 3 3-pointers made, gets it done. So this is a nice spot for Prince here. Let's see.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What else can we hit you with here? I'm liking Mikal Bridges tonight. The Knicks are playing the Cavs. Mikal Bridges has, even though he's got still working out some kinks in that shot, he has cleared this. I see this crept up on FanDuel here, but he could still get it. DraftKings 15.5. He's cleared in both games this season. Great recent success against Cleveland. So these two were playoff games, I believe, play-in, whatever it was. And then, but these 4, 20, 26, 26, 25, these were the 4 regular season meetings last year. So against a pretty good defensive Cleveland team, he was able to clear this. Obviously, a bit of a different role with the Nets last year than he has with the Knicks. But you can see through 2 games, he's gotten there so far. So I like Mikal Bridges over 15.5 points.
They don't have Portis lines available on. I'm looking at a couple books. I can't find him. I wonder,
really?
Is there anything going on with him? Or are they just trying to hide him because it's such a good spot?
Not that I'm aware of. To take a look at that, really, you don't see him anywhere, huh?
I'm
nothing on. Where'd you look? FanDuel?
I'm checking FanDuel now. I was just on DraftKings, and I'm about to go over to a little FanDuel.
Looks like DraftKings he's not up on. It's showing here FanDuel. He should be on FanDuel though.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
I'm trying to hide him.
Yeah. They know.
Yeah, you can get him 10 points at minus 340 on FanDuel.
Oh.
His rebound line is 7.5. So if you take his 6, it's at 350. So the combo of those two is
I'm waiting for the the alt line, like the odd numbers to come out later on in the day. They'll have Portis, and you'll be able to get him for 7 rebounds. A little bit. Give it an hour or two. It should be up.
Here you go. 6.5's out now at 240.
There you go. So what's 10? What's 10 and 7?
Let me pull it up. How many threes do you think he's gonna hit? 10 and 7. 10 and 7 gets you minus 160 on FanDuel.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've been kind of crushing these.
Not what I expected.
Plays. Like, for example, Acosta to score assists is minus 140, but if I pair it with the over 1.5 goals, it only drops to minus 124. So it like doubles the amount of goals that need to be scored to cash, and it gives you like 10 bucks off. Actually, it is 10 bucks, but you get it. Yeah, the correlated plays, I feel like their algorithm or whatever's getting smarter, and it's realizing if one thing needs to happen, it'll happen for this, because there's other books where you can put two things that can happen together. That's why we like the hockey, where they can both score on the same goal.
Yeah. All right, I just got two other games here. Still playing it light to start the season. Michael Porter Jr. The guy's a rebounding machine. 8 and 9 rebounds in their first 2 games of the season. His line's 6.5, minus 104 on FanDuel. For comps, you can look. Not a ton yet, but Julius Randle, decent comp, 9 rebounds. Who else did you have in here? Dean Wade, 8 rebounds. So not a lot to work off so far this season. You look also against Toronto. So you didn't get there earlier, but these are all pre-deadline matchups. If you look at the only time he met with them post-trade deadline, remember their lineup is quite different after the trade of OG Anunoby to the Knicks and Quickly and Barrett coming over there. So he had 8 rebounds in that game. So I like MPJ over 6.5 rebounds. Nice spot for him. Always a high percentile rebounder at his position, at the forward position. He's one of the.
How's he been shooting with threes this year?
Oh, let's take a look.
He was a 3-point wagon for me for a couple seasons.
Yeah. 3-point attempts. 10 3-point attempts in game 1, 6 in game 2. Didn't hit. He was 0 for 6 in their second game. Yeah, solid against the Clippers. So
he shot 30% the first game, 3 out of 10.
Yeah, 3 out of 10 in the first game against OKC. So.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. All right, last game. I actually have a few from this game. This game has got one of the higher totals tonight, 230.5. So there should be some decent scoring. Not a lot of defense being played in Portland. Between Portland and Sacramento.
That's what I like.
So let's look at you got and you have Portland on a back-to-back. Like I said, I like to look at those trends here. Look at Anthony Simons. So he's playing big minutes. We'll take a look here. 33, 36, 33 minutes through 3 games this season. We can look at his scoring. Let's go to his last 30 games here. Let's go. We'll put his minutes up to 29. Remember, he was playing in the mid-30s in every game this season. Okay, now look at him on back-to-back. There we go. 20 points, 12 straight games, 15 of his last 16 games. He's gone over 20. You could even, if you go to 21.5, he's done that in 14 of his last 16 games on a back-to-back, playing the minutes, he should be playing in this game tonight. So 20 plus points, nice leg to a builder. I think his straight line is 22.5. So probably okay, but I don't like, you see a few 22s in there, 23s getting hooked, so I think 20 points could be a nice leg from this game. Something you could pair it with Toumani Camara, like his points as well. Look at his minutes so far this season. Haven't played on a back-to-back yet. Also big minutes, 30, 25, and 34 minutes in his 3 games so far this season. So let's take a look over here at his points. Slide this up to like 18. He's a guy who's a rookie last season, so he's not done. Look at this on back-to-backs. 7 of his last 8 games when he's played 18 plus minutes. So just factoring out some games where he's really a non-factor. He's a main part of the rotation now, seeing 30 plus minutes. averaging 12.9 over this 8-game span of back-to-back games. So I think this is a nice little spot for Kamara as well from this game. Who else are we looking at here? Ayton, DeAndre Ayton. Guy, he was kind of on the ban list. He's like wobbling on the ban list for us a little bit. But the guy, I mean, look at this guy. It's been a rebounding machine. Look at this. His line's 10.5, plus 104. He's at 11, 15, and 12 through 3 games.
It's a little scary, though.
Is a little scary. He's going up against Sabonis, right? So two games against New Orleans here. They don't have a lot of size, New Orleans, so you could see why. I mean, even Golden State doesn't have a lot of size either. So now he's going up with a rebounding machine in Domantas Sabonis. So yeah, don't love it, but nice hit rate so far this season. But probably, we don't have the hard matchup, DVP data yet. But I would imagine that rebounding against Golden State, Biggs rebounding against Golden State and New Orleans, probably going to be a pretty good matchup once we have that data to look at. So wanted to call this out because of the hit rate. You can also see he's playing big minutes, 31, 33, 31. When he's played 30 minutes, if he's getting the minutes, I feel like even regardless of the matchup, 10 straight games when he's played 30 minutes, he's cleared this, 17 of 20. So pretty high hit rates when Ayton sees the minutes there. Let's see what he's done against Sacramento. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So
he's had 10.
Maybe 10 is a leg.
Yeah.
You put that with who was the other one we just spoke about? Simon's 20. Simon's 20, 8 and 20 points and 8 and 10 rebounds. That might get you there. And then let's wrap it up here. Sticking with this game, Sabonis, he's also been scoring through 2 games, 24 and 29 points. We weren't really sure how that was going to play out with DeMar DeRozan added to the mix, but it seems to have, I don't know. It's helped Sabonis's scoring game here. He had a bit of an outlier, I think, he only had 1 assist in game 1 against Minnesota, but much more what you kind of would expect. I don't know about 10, but he had 10 assists against the Lakers. So I was kind of feeling his points and assists tonight. See, even this game against Minnesota where he only had 1 assist, he almost got there at 26.5. Against Portland, these are the 3 games from last season when I'll see a similar lineup, 36, 39, 27 in those 3 games against Portland. And you can even see that game where he had 27. That was April 14th. That might have been the last game of the season or one of the last games. He only played 27 minutes in that game. Probably was the last regular season game of the year. So, and he still got there in limited minutes. So I like Sabonis in this spot tonight against a very mediocre Portland Trailblazers team.
I'm fine with that.
You like that? That's all I got.
We got one baseball from Jordan or Reed the Great.
All right, let's hit us.
Some guy called Gleyber Torres.
Some guy called Gleyber Torres.
Some guy. Apparently, he has had greater than 1 hit, run, or run batted in 30 straight games. So it seems as if him to have one of those tonight at -125 is a good baseball bet. I don't know if there's such thing as anything good in baseball, but it sounds like the math makes a lot of sense on this one.
Yeah, back home in Yankee Stadium, they're looking to to get back in this series with the Dodgers up 2-0. So yeah, that sounds good to me. Getting Torres back home for Game 3 of the World Series. The Yankees need to win this one to make it a series. And
I'm sorry, that's at home. 30 straight at home.
Okay, so
for Gleyber.
All right, makes sense. Yeah, he likes playing in Yankee Stadium, so now he's back home.
Yeah, so go ahead and smack that, and if it misses, yell at Jordan, not me, because basically, no, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'll check in on baseball tonight while I'm at the hockey game.
There you go. There you go. All right,
yeah,
we're
to the
closing in on
Discord, there's gonna
45
be a bunch of
minutes.
heat.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah,
We've
that's
lost everyone at this
enough.
point.
But it's the
Talking
sports
about-
equinox, so you know,
Yeah.
we had to cover all the bases here. So thanks everyone for tuning in. A lot to choose from, so you can mix and match. We like to do those multi-sport parlays every once in a while, and what better night than tonight to do that. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember, we got props.cash code PTM50 to get 50% off. That's typically 25%. So exclusive, limited time only, 50% off your first month of props.cash with code PTM50. And Sports Equinox, you could sign up for the PTM VIP Discord, get all these plays written up beautifully, tracked beautifully, full transparency over in the Discord for using code NOX, N-O-X. Sign up on Dub Club. Tim, it's been a pleasure.
Come
Good
in
luck
tonight.
to your Giants.
Come in tonight. Smack all these with us. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
be-
Let's do it.
Tonight's a
All right.
perfect night to test. We'll see you.
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. All right. Nice work, Tim. Be good.
We got it. We got it out.
We got it out. We definitely got it out.
Yeah. There's a lot of heat in there.
Yeah. It throws me off. I feel like Dave's like the anchor we need sometimes to
Mhm.
you know, it's
I like
but-
to give stuff on top of, like, to add extra. Because
yeah.
I know people aren't here for that. Even though we win, I don't understand why. I just looked at the footy results. It's like 145 units, or something like that,
Mhm.
and for the year. And I'm like, nobody